One more time for all the comics y'all have seen. Y'all seen a good show. Let's have some fun, shall we? I turned 34 a few weeks ago. I appreciate it. One person, that's cool. It's like nobody gives a shit about your birthday. As somebody in her 30s, I've been to a lot of weddings. The last wedding I went to was in the Catskills, which is a mountain range in upstate New York. I know nothing about the Catskills. In fact, I never even goddamn heard of it. What I found out, not a lot of minorities in the Catskills. There were two, me and this other guy. His name was Lamar. And I found out his name was Lamar because throughout the evening I kept on getting confused for him. People were walking up to me going, "Hey, Lamar, how are things?" And a sentence that I had to say, never thought I would ever have to say, which is, "I'm sorry. I'm George." The other black dude that's here. It was like a goddamn SNL sketch that came to life. But the more and more this is happening, the more and more I start to learn things about Lamar. Some of the things that he had done. Some of his accomplishments. So by like the fourth or fifth time, I was like, fuck it, I'm that dude. What was it like to be president of the Harvard Bar Review? Pretty goddamn sweet if you ask me. Is there a blowjob with Lamar's name on it? I actually got to meet Lamar and he was a sweetheart. Super nice guy. And he goes, "It's good to see, you know." What he's basically trying to say is good to see another person of color at one of these events. And I looked Lamar dead in his eye and went, "I don't know what the fuck you're talking about." Because I'm Lamar. Very meta way to end that story. So Denver, I'm fixing a little vulgar if that's all right with y'all. A little vulgar. I appreciate that, thank you. I was hanging out with a friend of mine, he's a musician. He's in a band and his band has been on tour. So we're hanging out, we're having drinks. And he goes, "George, you have got to get yourself to a point in which you're just touring all the time." And I go, "Yeah, man, why is that?" He goes, "Man, you gotta hit the road for all that good-ass road pussy that's out there." And I went, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, man, all that good-ass road pussy." Which in theory sounds kind of cool. Casual sex with a complete stranger in a strange town. That sounds rad. That sounds mad decent. Until you refer to it as road pussy, that don't sound good at all. That sounds like that's been mashed up. That sounds like that's been stomped on. God damn. Where did you find this? Oh, you mean her? I picked this up by the side of the highway next to the Waffle House. There's some good-ass RP in this town. That's road pussy for short if you're not hip to the jive. You don't know that industry jargon. To me, road pussy sounds like something you get at a state fair in West Memphis, Arkansas. It's like, yeah, let me get a funnel cake, a deep fried Snickers bar, and some of that good-ass road pussy you got back there. And make it snappy. 3 Dog Night's about to go on. Some good-ass RP in this town. God damn. Glad y'all like that. One thing about me, I don't do drugs. People find that hard to believe. I know that because whenever anybody ever offers me drugs and I go, I don't do drugs, they go, well, I find that hard to believe. But here's the rest of that sentence. I don't do drugs with guys. Believe me, if there are girls involved, I will shoot up heroin in my balls. I was like, what, the girl in the corner wants to talk to me, but she wants me to do some black tar first. We'll get the rubber band. We're gonna do this Miles Davis style. You know, I read that somewhere that Miles Davis, arguably the greatest jazz musician of all time, used to shoot up heroin in his balls. Can you imagine being in Miles' inner circle, seeing him do that for the very first time? Everybody's got their hair on, or whatever they called it back then. A few guys roll up their sleeves. A couple guys take off their socks. Miles drops trowel. And one guy's got to be like, Miles, what the fuck are you doing? And Miles' response is, it's cool, I'm fucking Miles Davis. I gotta get out of here in just a moment. I'm gonna do a quick one. I've got a friend of mine and her husband who are visiting me who live here in Denver, but they used to live in the Mid-South where I used to live. This is my favorite story about living in Memphis. If you've never been to Memphis, bit of a rough town. Town with a very high crime rate. In fact, crime is so bad in Memphis that there is a weekly publication, and all it is nothing but mugshots. That's it. Comes out every Monday, just a bunch of mugshots. Last time I was in Memphis, bought one, looked through it. Several of these people are hilarious. But my favorite was this guy by the name of Paul Spring. And Paul Spring was arrested for attempted aggravated assault, which we all know is very funny. Maybe to that person it's kind of funny. Here's the thing about Paul's mugshot. In his mugshot, he's wearing a bicycle helmet. You see the irony in that. Paul left the house in full compliance of safety to go out to go do some unsafe shit. He's like, hey Paul, where you going? I'm going to the park to attack me some women. Whoa. Are you riding your bicycle? Where the fuck is your helmet? Safety must always come first, Denver, Colorado. Enjoy the rest of the show. Thanks a lot.
George Gordon, everybody, huh? George Gordon.